Hello everyone, so let me show you how you can manage multiple projects like a pro using Jira, and of course the concept is called Project Central. So the idea is that you use your Jira board not for your small tickets, tasks, bugs and so on, but you actually each ticket represents a project. The idea is to make as simple as possible board which would permit you to stay on top of your multiple projects, understand what is coming next, what is in progress, what is done, what is updates and status on particular project. So let's take a look at an example of representation. So for example, here we have a project which has a few multiple things. First, it has description, basically problem it solves, products, team, goals, risks, kickoff, and so on. So it has a collected kickoff call, and other calls could be touched here. So it's all about projects, you could also touch specs and so on. On top of this, it has project owner. In our case, project owner is a person who normally would write weekly or whatever cadence you will pick for updates. For example, each week you would write an update here and progress 25%, bottlenecks, problems, or any other things. On top of this, you would have a status of a project. Of course, the simplest way is to use a traffic light approach, green, yellow, and red, which would indicate the status of the project. What could be simpler? So in case you want to follow a project or multiple projects, you can watch them, or you can use any other integrations like Microsoft Teams Jira integration from mover forward to stay on top of particular projects you care about. Not only this, but you also could use power of Atlassian Marketplace to integrate with any other apps. For example, each of your projects can have a checklist where you will say, okay, kickoff done, things are done, blah, 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 whatever you want. You would list them as a checklist here. And you, for example, could, use a template, load a checklist for a particular project, which would be very cool and permit you more or less to stay on top of project as well. So not only this approach permits you to easier stay on top of multiple projects, but also you can understand state and situation of a particular concrete project. In this case, as you see, this project is red at this point, which means it's behind the schedule, it has some risks which are not managed and so on. So here also, of course, it would be a priority for this project as well. What else could I mention? We have a backlog of projects. It's basically any projects ideas which would come. You also, of course, can use any Atlassian Marketplace applications to connect your projects to, say, goals, OKRs, and this is the simplest approach. You don't need any additional tools on top of Jira. Of course, you can use Jira Align on any other product which is paid separately and potentially solves similar problems. But I would recommend start with this simple approach. Why? Because it will permit you first see what are your actual requirements. Second, you will see if you miss something, something is necessary for you team and your top management to stand up of things. And third, which is probably most important, you will educate your project owners to keep your tickets, in this case projects, statuses up to date with a particular concrete status and updates which people who are interested in a particular project could watch. If you manage Project Central in a different way or have any other questions, please let us know. Thank you very much.